Welcome to Monday, September 26, 2022. This Day Weather Podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's news authority. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com or on their Facebook page. Well, folks, as we take a look at what's coming, really more of the same. If you like the weekend, you'll love the next 3 to 4 days because we're basically going to be under this high-pressure dome, dry air in place. There might be a few showers over the mountains of Colorado and southern Wyoming Tuesday afternoon and evening, but really, all in all, it's just going to be a really nice stretch of weather as high pressure will be dominating. Now, we do see a change in the weather coming late this week and this upcoming weekend. I think current forecasts are too optimistic for Friday through Sunday. I think it's going to be a little cooler and a bit more unsettled as that system comes in out of British Columbia. It's Hurricane Ian, not Hermine. The National Hurricane Center named a little bit of a tropical depression off the west coast of Africa on Friday, which grabbed the name, screwed up the whole name order. So now it's Hurricane Ian. Beautiful pictures coming in from this past weekend. The fall colors just really getting started. Some folks commenting that maybe the colors are off a little later this year, getting started, but a nice shot up in Vitavu and just beautiful skies showed up this weekend, either completely clear or just wispy clouds, making for some great shots. And don't forget to send your color photos, the fall color changes, to podcast@dayweather.com. Satellite photo shows a low there up off the coast of Washington and Oregon, just kind of stuck up there. But you can kind of see the orange here is this broad area of high pressure across the United States western half, low pressure in the Great Lakes. Here we go with what is now Hurricane Ian forming south of Cuba. High pressure just is completely dominating the west. So this is going to be just a great next 3 or 4 days here. Enjoy it. As we go further down the road, though, you see that low up in the Alaska region, then off the coast of British Columbia. That's what's heading our way later in the week. This is by Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Ian headed towards the panhandle of Florida or the west coast of Florida. And then you can see this system beginning to encroach. Now, it's not terribly cold, nor is it a terribly strong system, but there's a pocket of cool, moist air coming off the Pacific and moving into the central and northern Rockies and northern Plains states. And it really starts to move in Thursday night, but especially between Friday through Sunday. So it's going to bring about a change. This is the forecasted track of Ian. Now, where you see the M means major hurricane. That means wind gusts of in excess of 110 miles an hour. So you can see threatening the Tampa Bay area, the west coast of Florida, maybe clipping that Fort Myers area. The track could still end up being a little more west or a little more east, but you can see it's a foregone conclusion that there is going to be a hurricane in Florida with the remains heading up to the north and east as we go into this week. This is the rainfall forecast, and you can see just on the far western coast there, between 10 to 15 inches of rain possible. If that hurricane tracks a little more east, that purple and red area could come more inland. So be ready, Florida. As we get into the weekend, this is by Saturday. Here are the remains of Ian parked over the southeastern United States, and here's this low, just kind of sitting over the Rockies and the northern plains. So this cools us off. This brings clouds, and this will bring areas of rain showers and thunderstorms late this week and the weekend across the northern and central Rockies. Now, snow levels are going to be fairly high since this is not a terribly cold system, but I do see a little bit of mountain snow possible. Not like you would normally expect with a frontal system this time of year because it's not a terribly cold one, but hunters and outdoor interests should be advised of unsettled weather arriving Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and probably, I think, hanging on into Sunday as well. Precipitation could be pretty impressive. This is the forecast through 6 p.m. Saturday of the potential for rain across the Intermountain West as it comes on through. And focusing in a little bit closer to home, you can see there are some pretty decent amounts of rainfall forecasted in some areas. Do expect this map to change as we get a little bit closer, especially if the system continues to slow down a little bit. This is what temperatures look like by Saturday. So you can see things are going to be cooling off quite a bit with that trough moving on in. So enjoy the sunshine and the very warm weather we've got going on now. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.